Today we are in Disney World and we're going to have 2 meals in some of the highest rated restaurants on the Disney World property. And in this video we will put them head to head, compare both restaurants, not just the food but also the service, the ambience, and at the end of the video we will find out which restaurant we actually preferred out of both of these. We stayed a couple of days in Disney World during our last trip in the USA. And the variation of food options is one of the main reasons we like coming back. Disney World has over 400 food serving locations on their property, everything from quick service, basically fast food, buffets, family style dining, and of course table service restaurants. The table service restaurants, of which there are 135, have different levels of fanciness. Ranging from, I was going to say affordable, but I think they should be rated from expensive to very expensive. In the Disney overview online, they rate them by dollar signs, with $1 being the cheapest and the $4 sign being the most expensive dining options. For each category they actually assign a dollar value, and I'll put up a graphic here and that makes it more clear for you. And the prices you see is basically the lowest price and the highest price for a main course. There are not a lot of properties that fall in that $4 category, because most of them are dining experiences or character experiences, so you know the food is included in something larger. There are only a couple of restaurants that actually have main courses that start over $60. We are staying at the Fort Wilderness Cabins, which gives us the opportunity to take a boat to the Magic Kingdom and there take another boat to the Grand Floridian Hotel. In the distance there you can see that octagon building. That is the restaurant we are heading towards. It's called Narcoossee. Narcoossee's internet says it means little bear, taken from the Muscogee native Indian language. Do let me know in the comments if you have a better source of what Narcoossee's means. We were greeted at the door and we could wait outside. It was a lovely evening whilst our table was made ready. The menu is extensive but not too large, and it weighs very heavily on the direction of seafood, for which this restaurant is known. The dining room is nice, but it's also very loud. It's got a very high ceiling, so that's probably the cause of the noise in here. We both got bread. I got a regular bread of course, and my wife got a gluten-free bread, and a good thing here is we each got our own butter, so there would be no chance of cross-contamination. We're going to be naughty this time. We had an appetizer each and an extra appetizer to share. My wife had the lobster bisque, which was very good, and we shared a lovely gluten-free calamari with some very nice pickles. I had the shrimp and grits, which was also very good. It came with apple smoked bacon and chow chow, which is a selection of pickled vegetables. For her main, my wife went with the blackened red fish, which was on a bit of chorizo hash and a red pepper sauce. She said it was very good. We shared a side of the loaded mashed potatoes, and it was actually really spectacular. The potatoes were mixed with cheddar cheese and creme fraiche, and on top there was a garlic glazed pork belly. It was very rich, very good, very tasty. Diet starts tomorrow. My main was the grill seared scallops with a Parisian gnocchi. Unlike Italian gnocchi, which is very heavily potato based, a Parisian gnocchi is made with a sort of cheesy dough. There was no room for the dessert, so we're going to skip that, and I'm going to walk back through the Grand Floridian to take the monorail, and I will share my thoughts and the ratings for this meal. The restaurant is in an octagon building with a very high ceiling. It looks good, but the sound travels a lot, making it a very loud restaurant. The location is also very nice here on the Seven Seas Lagoon. We didn't get a lake view unfortunately. Our table had enough space around it, so it didn't feel cramped, and the chairs were comfortable. The decor was alright. I do think it's been renovated, but it was really nothing spectacular or special. So I'm going to give it, for all of that, 70 out of 100. Our server was friendly, on the ball with my wife Allergy. I did try to order a glass of Chardonnay with my food, but however that arrived when I was almost done, so that wasn't too good. But she was fine. The rest of the staff we encountered were also very friendly, so I'm going to give them an 80 out of 100. The food was very good. Narcoossee gets very mixed reviews online. You can find a lot of bad things said about it, but we had a great meal. Everything was rich in flavor, seasoned very well, and it surprised us, to be honest, after reading some of the reviews before coming here. I give them a solid 80 out of 100. The meal was $248, that includes drinks. We had a cocktail each, 2 glasses of wine, and the water, of course. No dessert, but we did have an extra appetizer. For a similar meal, we will pay locally about 140 to 180 euros. And that is in regular casual restaurants, not anything fancy. I'm going to give it a 75 out of 100. What actually lowered the score was the price of the drinks, which I thought was a bit steep. The second contender in this battle of the best fine dining in Disney World is going to be Jiko. For that we have to head out towards the Animal Kingdom Lodge. I did a video on Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's really one of the most beautiful lobbies in all of Disney World. It's a stunning design and it's filled with art from Africa. It's a must visit if you are in the area. Let me know in the comments which is your favorite resort and why. Like I said, we're going to Jiko, the cooking place. It's orientated with flavors from Africa, India and the Mediterranean. We were seated at the window with a lovely view. Our waitress handed us the menu, and we didn't know it yet, but she was going to be the star of the evening for us. Like all the other signature dining restaurants, the menu here is structured the same. You've got about a choice out of 7 to 8 appetizers and 7 to 8 entrees. We both got our bread, my wife of course gluten-free, and I got a tiger roll, and that is how we call these types of buns in the Netherlands. My starters was mussels in a saffron broth. I went with the diver scallop and pork belly. That came in a corn cream, and on top of the scallop is a fennel chip. For the main, my wife had the Moroccan spiced lamb shank. It just fell off the bone. It was very good. I went for the oak grilled filet mignon. That came with a crust of bone marrow and a side of 4 cheese macaroni. And to be honest, I was looking for the crust and not realizing that that blob was the bone marrow. Steak was okay, as was the demi-glace. However, the bone marrow really added a little to it. Our waitress convinced us to have dessert despite us feeling very full, but we went with it. And when the dessert came out, we knew why. There was a little pack of chocolate on my dessert congratulating me with my birthday, which it was. I got a dumela, which is a hibiscus cake with chocolate ice cream and passion fruit sauce. All in all it was good, but it's just too sweet for me. And here the chef let us down, and there was only one gluten-free option as a dessert, which was sorbet ice cream, which really isn't anything special. Our wonderful waitress talked to the chef if they could do anything better. He found out that the chocolate ice cream they made is gluten-free, so she gave that to my wife with some blueberries. And I had a glass of brandy as a birthday treat, and my wife had some loose leaf tea, which was also very good. So let's rate the location first. As I mentioned at the start of the video, the lobby of this resort is just absolutely stunning. Jiko itself is starting to look a bit dated color scheme wise, but that's something that time does. We were lucky with our table, which had a view of the outside. The lighting changes during the evening in the restaurant to mimic an African sunset, and of course facing outside I didn't see a lot of that. I cannot let the stunning lobby of this resort impact how I feel about the restaurant, which is not as good, so I'm going to give it 70 out of 100. Our server was the best, very attentive, funny, gave great advice, was on the ball all the time, made sure my wife got a special dessert, but also helped her with her mains, and she took great care of us. So I'm going to give her a 91 out of 100, which is very high. The food, I must say, was a bit disappointing, the lamb shank being the absolute star of the whole meal. With the other dishes there was too much it's good but, if only. Maybe the seasoning was really off this night. And I do think the chef could have had a natural gluten-free dessert on the menu, as it isn't really a rocket science to make a good dessert that is gluten-free. So I'm going to give it a 70 out of 100. The price of the meal was $253. I did take out my brandy to make it a fair comparison with the other restaurant. The price for my filet mignon, if you watch back to the video, it was tiny and was $62, so I think that was too much for what I got. So the rating for the price, I'll do a 70 out of 100. Narcoossee did have the better food this time, and we really enjoyed that meal much more than we did at Jiko's. Our server, however, at Jiko's was something else. She was absolutely wonderful, so a special mention to her. You know, good people can make a big difference on the experience in a restaurant. With that shocking result, I'm going to end the video. Do let me know in the comments if you like this format, and if you don't, also share it with me. I'll see you next time. Bye bye!